Hello, all of you professional gamers out there in the world. I am Mega Amster. Today, rocking the Sonic hat because why not? I should have done it yesterday for the stream, but anyways, this video is going to be talking about the 3D Sonic game that Sega teased yesterday during the Sonic 30th anniversary Sonic Central, they're calling it. And I think they're going to have more of those. They said the premiere of Sonic Central, so I assume that means we're going to have more news. It was probably what last year was supposed to be with the monthly news updates. They're just formatting it into this Nintendo Direct-like video. But so we can definitely look forward to more of those in the future. But I just wanted to kind of talk about some of the news that's circulated since the 3D Sonic game. I already did a reaction to the actual live stream. If you want, go check that out on the channel. I have the live stream archive of that. But I just wanted to kind of get into some of the stuff that's leaked outside of that video. And actually, some of this dates back to all the way back to January of this year, which is absolutely crazy. But I just want to say this. I'm not going to put it in the title. I'm going to try not to, but at least in terms of any of this information that leaked. So just in case any of you don't want to get spoiled, just stop watching this video because that's what I'm talking about today. It looks interesting, but we really didn't get much. But this information that leaked out, some of it leaked out after the video originally went up, and then some of it leaked out back in January on 4chan, so take it with a grain of salt, but a lot of it seems to add up. So I just wanted to talk about this. Normally I wouldn't talk about rumors, but if it's Sonic related and it gives us way more information than the tiny bit we got yesterday, then like, yeah, I'm going to talk about it. So if you don't want to get spoiled, this is the time to click off the video right now. Final spoiler warning. Okay, so Sonic Rangers is essentially this working title that's going around. I didn't start the music. No. Oh, God, I'm so mad. Hold up. Sorry. I'm trying to actually start, like, maybe putting music in the background. So hopefully you're hearing the Sonic Mania soundtrack in the back. This actually worked out. I didn't even choose this track specifically. It's the Knuckles Mirage Saloon Act 1 song. And it's kind of a Western theme. I don't know. This Sonic Rangers name kind of gives me a Western vibe, even though I don't think that's what they're going for here. But it sounds interesting. I don't know how to feel about this, but let me switch over to the other view. There we go, and pulled it up on Twitter here. We can see this from is it Nibel? I don't know how to pronounce this username, but he's obviously talked a lot about this stuff. So apparently, the 4K version of the new Sonic game teaser, I guess this leaked, and it had some interesting stuff, some interesting file paths in here. I assume they just either data mine this or did like the inspect element to look at the HTML of this. But yeah, we can see Sonic Rangers version 8, Sonic Rangers glitch, teaser, background. So at least the working title for this seems to be Sonic Rangers. Reference to Photoshop file, separate move for the glitch effect. Oh, I thought the glitch was an actual like glitch in the game. I think it's that kind of like that cube effect, like that pixelated look we saw when Sonic was running in the teaser. But interesting. Okay. Yeah, they're showing straight up information. Yeah, this is the 4K version. 260 file names in the teaser file. Yeah, I haven't done any assembly in forever, so I couldn't even tell you what that means. But it's interesting that they literally just had all this information, like people can, it's not that difficult to look into some of this stuff and just see the information right there. So it at least seems like Sonic Rangers is the working title, which like I said, kind of gives me like a Western vibe, but I don't think that's what they're going for. It looks more like an ancient, like based on the trailer, it looked almost like, it had like Adventure 1 vibes a little bit with like the whole ancient kind of ruin look when we saw the Sonic Team logo. But then, like, obviously there's the whole, like, digital side of things, like with Sonic's running animation, that the weird pixelated effect behind him, and also, like, the end of the teaser trailer showed that off. Ooh, it's telling me what I'm playing. Cool. Titanic Monarch Zone Act 1, that's a good one. Tee Lopes did a phenomenal job on the Mania soundtrack. Anyways, yeah, so this is interesting. So it seems like this was not from 4chan. This was right after the video actually went up. This was actually, yeah, from the teaser itself, the 4K leaked version, supposedly. So this is legitimate. Now the thing is that back in January of this year, there was a pretty big leak on 4chan. I mean, at the time, no, what the, bring back Imran Khan, come on, don't give me that. Can we, okay, someone show me the 4chan leak. Okay, fine, I'll just search it. Essentially, wow, not doing good here. Back in January of this year, there was a leak on 4chan. There we go, Imran. that went out. Yeah, like Imran says here, it was a ton of information. Apparently, someone had played like a working build of this game and leaked all this information back in January on 4chan. And it straight up says right here, can I zoom in on this? I could probably zoom in. What? No way, you kidding me? Okay. Sorry about that. There's gotta be a way I can like zoom. There we go. Maybe if I try this. There we go, much better. Okay. So yeah, you can see straight up Sonic Rangers. This was January 6th of this year, so that was almost 5 months ago. And yeah, straight up Sonic Rangers, a new Sonic game by Sonic Team. I don't know if that's a coincidence that in the teaser we had Sonic Rangers, in that, you know, inspecting the 4K leaked version of the teaser, the official teaser, had Sonic Rangers. This also has Sonic Rangers. I mean, that's kind of a random name, to be honest, so that just even right there gives it some credibility. What it says, here we go, did a focus test for a new Sonic game called Sonic Rangers, which is an open world adventure game, which takes heavy inspiration from Breath of the Wild. 2 demos, a 20-minute long exploration of the open world, and a final, boss battle. That's interesting, and that almost makes me think, like, maybe something... I mean, they say Breath of the Wild. Breath of the Wild with Sonic, I don't know how that sounds. It sounds a bit strange, I'm not gonna lie. But I almost think back to the Zelda-themed level in Sonic Lost World on Wii U, that was pretty fun. Exploring the different areas around there was actually quite fun. That's what it makes me think of. Now, is it going to be exactly like that? Probably not. I mean, it's probably not going to be the Lost World mechanics. Like, definitely not that. But that's kind of the vibe I'm getting. But it's weird. It's Breath of the Wild. So it's just... I mean, everybody says every game takes inspiration from Breath of the Wild these days. Essentially, it's just going to... Assuming it's going to be like an open world adventure game. Like, I'm thinking... From the way this sounds, like... You know, Sonic Adventure, like the hub world, like I'm thinking Mystic Ruins, but like on a massive scale, and like that is the main area of the game, which sounds interesting. I mean, there's definitely some possibilities for that, but let's read on and see what else this says. Open world is populated with small enemies, puzzles, and platforming challenges. Okay. Completing these puzzles, challenges, and enemies rewards experience, which can be redeemed in a skill tree. The skill tree is interesting. I don't know if Sonic really needs a skill tree. You know what I mean? Because Sonic's always been about upgrades and like, oh, getting the Lightspeed Dash, getting the Balance Bracelet, getting the Air Boost. I think you got the Air Dash in Sonic Unleashed or something like that. But this is interesting. The skill tree. I don't know. So is it just? I wonder how they're going to handle that. I assume it's going to be applied to things like maybe you, I don't know, go faster somehow, or like you get a longer Lightspeed Dash, or you can bounce higher with the bounce. I don't know what they're going to do. The skill tree unlocks it says right here. It unlocks abilities like the spin cycle, where when you hold Y, Sonic starts tracing a line behind him, and if you finish a circle, it attacks all the enemies inside the circle. We saw something like that in the reveal trailer, where when Sonic's like running around and forming that weird symbol that we saw at the very end, he does like a circle. So it could be the case, and that pixelated effect when he's running could be an indicator of like, you know, tracking where your line is. So if you trace a line, you know, and like destroy enemies inside the circle, that sounds like a cool mechanic. I like that idea, and having a much more open space for that definitely makes sense. So that actually sounds kind of interesting, and honestly, that gives us even more credit, I think. Lock-on attack returns. I assume they mean the homing attack and not like the multiple charged up lock-on attack from Sonic Lost World. I really hope not the latter, but whatever. There are bosses spread throughout the open world. Defeating them grants orbs, so that's interesting. They're just going to be bosses scattered randomly, so I assume that means you can encounter them whenever you want, but who knows if that's going to be the case. If you get enough of these orbs, you can go to a portal and go to cyberspace, which the trailer did have a lot of like digital kind of vibes to it. Like we saw the ending, the screen transition with that, and also, I mean, the pixelated effect of Sonic running, so that kind of seems likely. You go to cyberspace. Their generation style, and the music goes hard. The music better go hard. I mean, it's Sonic. I feel like almost every game except maybe like Chronicles Dark Brotherhood has a banger soundtrack. And Sonic Blast. Fuck that game. Generation style, I'm guessing they mean the boost formula. I'm guessing that's what they mean. Maybe, like, when I think generation style especially, we assume this is going to be a 3D modern Sonic game. I'm guessing like boost formula with some 2D and 3D sections. That's what I'm guessing. I hope it's not completely 2D like a lot of the levels and colors were. I assume it won't be, but That would be interesting. So it's mainly an open world, but then you go to cyberspace and you have these individual levels. So that could be interesting. It's kind of a mix of the two. So it's essentially bringing the hub world back to like on like a massive scale, which honestly, I mean, I'm nostalgic for the hub worlds in Sonic Adventure, so I don't know. It could be good. As long as they're better than the hub world in Sonic 06, we're good. Beating them fast enough grants Chaos Emeralds, so they're bringing back the Chaos Emeralds into the mainline game. When's the last time we've had that? When is the last time we've had... I don't know when the last time we've had it is. I honestly don't know. Sonic 06? I have no idea. I guess no, Sonic Unleashed, I guess, had them. Exploration of combat was super boring, very button mashy. Yeah, I mean, the Werehog was also a little bit... Well, the Werehog had a little bit of like combos you could do, too. But it says it's boring, very button mashy. I mean, keep in mind, this is an early build, so this could easily change. It's not coming out till next year, at least, so they have plenty of time to hopefully, you know, iron out the kinks there. New voice acting by Roger, so that's great. We're hearing Roger coming back. And no one else. So that makes me wonder, I'm guessing Sonic's friends aren't going to be in the game then? Or maybe they probably didn't have any other voice actors at that time. They're definitely sticking to the general theme, at least. I don't really know what they mean by that, but... Okay, now for the final boss. Okay, so this is like supposedly the final boss. After gathering all the emeralds, you can then cut through a thick fog you couldn't before in the open world. Gigantic tree robot thing, which that sounds weird. That doesn't really sound like a final boss to me. To me, that sounds like Wispy Woods. Like, honestly, that makes me think of like maybe, what if there's like multiple open worlds, and this is just, I don't know, maybe you collect all the emeralds, and you can become Supersonic multiple times during the game. And then you take on the final boss of that area. Because that doesn't sound like a final boss to me. And why would they show that off in a focus test? I don't know. You fly around at a Supersonic utilizing the spin cycle. Okay, so you can use the spin cycle as Supersonic, which is interesting. And other abilities, mainly mashing buttons. Yeah, clearly this person did not enjoy their time. You can't take damage. You're on a timer of rings. Okay, Supersonic. A ghost girl refills your ring count multiple times. A ghost girl. It's got to be a new character, right? One thing that I thought at first was the Jade Ghost Wisp, like they highlighted in the animation for Rise of the Wisps, which, like I was saying before, could tie into a mainline game. They introduced the Jade Ghost Wisp in Team Sonic Racing, I believe, and now they're trying to tie it into colors. I don't know. Maybe that's the only thing I could think of is maybe that Ghost Girl is the Wisp, but I kind of doubt it. Do we know of any Sonic Ghost Girls? I don't think we do. Demo ended after defeating the boss. Game is still definitely early on in dev, but it was rough. Not a fun time from what I played. So, I mean, first of all, that could be... That's the Sonic game right there. I'm joking, but it's very early in development. Obviously, there's still a lot of time, at least until January of next year. But I bet it's going to be even later in the year. They announced for 2022, so it's probably going to be later in the year. But they've had a decent amount of time to work on this 3D game. Sonic Forces came out in 2017. I mean, even Team Sonic Racing came out, what, 2019? So even since then, I mean, and I don't think that was Sumo Digital working on that game, right? That wasn't even the core Sonic team. So Sonic team has had a decent amount of time. I mean, granted, we've seen that before with other games, and they just didn't end up as good. Look at Forces. So it's an interesting idea. And, like, I think I'm starting to warm up to it more as I read more about it. I wish this didn't leak. And I wish we had heard more, but that's the teaser for you. I don't know what to tell you there, but it's an interesting concept. There's really not much else to say, especially because I don't want this video going on forever. But it's interesting, and I think there's a good idea here. You know, the boost formula is nice, but I think if most of the game is actually going to be in an open world solving all these puzzles, then maybe that will make it less, like, you know, we've seen the boost formula for years now, so maybe that'll make it less repetitive in that way, and maybe, you know, having this open world idea will be a fresh idea. Honestly, the concept is interesting. If this is all true, it might not be. They could have just gotten lucky somehow, or gotten some of the information from another source, and then put all this other information here. I really don't think this gigantic tree robot is the final boss. I don't see that being the final boss. It just, I mean, who knows? It doesn't sound like it to me, but it could be. Anyways, I think that is pretty much going to do it for this video, because there's really not much else to say. I mean, we got more information from a leak that came out 5 months ago than the video we got yesterday from Sonic Team. So I'm sure we're going to hear more about it, I assume this year. Probably not at E3. That's probably way too early for that. It's going to be in a couple weeks. But we'll probably get more Sonic Central videos in the future. I assume this year, at least one more this year. And we'll probably hear more about it then. And Mania 2, that's why I got the soundtrack in the background, hopefully, fingers crossed, but we'll see. Anyways, that is going to do it for this video, so thank you so much for watching if you did. I'm going to be streaming some more Sonic Adventure tonight, I think, so get hyped for that. And yeah, I'm looking forward to hear more about this game because it's interesting, but Forces was also interesting when we got that teaser, so don't get too excited because this is Sonic Team, but hopefully they can redeem themselves with this game. But anyways, thank you all for watching again, and I will catch you on the next video or live stream. Take care.